Welcome to USA News Network and thank you for joining us today. I am Papu and we have breaking news that is electrifying social media, shaking up the global sports community and sending shock waves through international tennis circles. What Alex Eala has just accomplished is being called nothing short of impossible, and fans across the world are going absolutely wild. What happened in the last 24 hours has already rewritten narratives, appended predictions, and changed the way rising star tennis stories are told. Today, we're diving into every detail of this extraordinary moment, what led to it, how it unfolded, and why the reaction has been so explosive. And as always, you're here with Trending Now USA as we bring you the full story behind the headline that everyone is now talking about. The tension surrounding Alex Eala has been building for months, but nothing could have prepared the tennis world for what she delivered. The weekend began like any other major tournament match day. Analysts expected a strong performance, certainly, but very few predicted that this would be the day she would cross a barrier many believed was still years away. From the moment she stepped on the court, something felt different. There was a confidence in her posture, a steadiness in her eyes, and a quiet fire that even the broadcasters noted. Words like focus, determination, and composure were used repeatedly as cameras panned across her during warm-ups. But no one truly understood how deep that focus ran until the match officially began. What followed is already being replayed, dissected, and discussed worldwide. Tennis fans filled social platforms with clips, screenshots, and emotionally charged posts, many of them expressing disbelief at what they had just witnessed. Commentators described the performance as otherworldly, a masterclass from a rising phenomenon, and even a historical shift in real time. To understand why, we have to look not just at the match she played but at the mountain she climbed to get here. Alex Eala's journey has never been easy. She entered the professional circuit as an underdog in nearly every early matchup. She came from a region that has immense passion for tennis but limited global recognition. Emerging from that environment to carve out an international presence already defied expectations. But the limits she continues to break, today's especially, have pushed her story beyond sports and into global inspiration territory. Fans are calling this the impossible moment, and not lightly. The opponent she faced today has been one of the most dominant, physically overwhelming, and tactically consistent players on tour. Analysts predicted a match that would challenge Alex but ultimately stretch her to her limits. But what happened went far beyond challenge or limit. It redefined her career. The first set opened with blistering rallies, each point escalating with intensity. Alex's timing was sharp from the beginning. Her footwork moved with efficiency and speed, and she read her opponent's shots with a calmness that seemed almost surreal given the crowd noise and the stakes. Point after point she executed patterns that players years older than her struggled to pull off under pressure. She placed deep cross-court winners, sharp down-the-line shots, and clever drop shots that caught even the commentators off guard. Early into the match, the stadium began sensing something spectacular brewing. What truly sent fans into a frenzy was the mental fortitude she displayed. At moments when her opponent tightened the pressure, trying to halt her momentum, Alex responded with even more precision. She held serve during critical break points, maintained her composure during long, exhausting rallies, and made adjustments in real time like a seasoned veteran. Cameras captured the intensity on her face, a look that said she wasn't just playing to win, she was playing to prove something to the world. By the first set's closing games, supporters could barely contain their excitement. They erupted into cheers with every winner, every hold, every daring attempt. She made that ended successfully. When she clinched the set, social media erupted instantly. Within minutes, hashtags containing her name surged across the trending lists in multiple countries. Fans used phrases like history unfolding, Eala era, and she did the impossible. But the night was far from over. The second set became the stage for her real transformation. Her opponent, furious at dropping the first set, raised her aggression dramatically. Shots came faster, deeper, and with heavier spin. The pressure intensified with each passing game. Many players in Alex's position, young, comparatively inexperienced, facing a top-tier powerhouse, would have crumbled or lost momentum. But this is where Alex stunned the world. Not only did she withstand the pressure, she elevated her game far beyond what anyone had predicted. Her returns became more fearless. Her transitions to the net became perfectly timed. She mixed up her patterns and angles in ways that forced her opponent out of rhythm. Even analysts who had previously doubted her ability to handle physicality admitted live on air that they were witnessing something extraordinary. Fans in the stands could sense the shift, and the energy transformed from excitement to pure disbelief. Gasps echoed with every spectacular point she scored. Camera shots cut frequently to spectators, covering their mouths, standing in anticipation, or shaking their heads in awe. Online, thousands of fans typed in all caps, unable to fully articulate what they were seeing. But it wasn't just her technical brilliance that stunned the world. It was her emotional control. Tennis is as much psychological as it is physical, and Alex displayed a maturity years beyond her age. During critical pressure points, she didn't rush. She didn't overhit. She didn't panic. Instead, she breathed deeply, faced the moment with calmness, and executed with remarkable clarity. This mental strength became a defining part of her impossible achievement. As the match moved deeper into the second set, the scoreboard reflected something almost unbelievable. Alex Eala was not only holding her own, she was taking control. With every forehand, every backhand, every serve aimed with precision and intent, she carved a path to the finish line that nobody saw coming. Not today, not this soon in her career. Then came the moment that has now gone viral worldwide, the championship point. The rally was intense, stretching across the court. With blistering exchanges, Alex defended a brutal down-the-line shot, counterattacked with a perfectly placed cross-court forehand, absorbed a heavy strike to her backhand corner, and then, with flawless timing delivered the winner that sealed the victory. The stadium erupted into thunderous applause. Commentators lost their composure for a moment, and Alex herself dropped to the court in disbelief. Within seconds, cameras were on her. Fans were shouting and social media exploded in a way that only a handful of athletes ever experience. Overnight, millions of people shared clips of the final point. News outlets pushed emergency alerts, and major sports pages posted celebratory graphics with the words, "She did the impossible." But what makes this victory even more incredible is how it reflects the broader arc of her journey. Every training session, every setback, every tear, every moment of self-doubt, and every small victory led to this singular breakthrough. Coaches, former players, and analysts are now calling it a career-defining performance. The type of match that instantly elevates a rising star into global stardom. And fans are responding with pure, unfiltered emotion. Videos posted across TikTok and Instagram show supporters crying, jumping, screaming, and celebrating her. When like a national triumph, the comment sections are filled with pride, admiration, and gratitude toward an athlete who has become a symbol of hard work and resilience. What's even more incredible is how young she still is, how much room she is to grow, and how many more achievements may be on the horizon if she continues on this trajectory. Today's performance wasn't just about winning a match. It was about announcing herself to the world. It was about telling everyone who doubted her, or doubted where she came from, that she belongs among the best, not someday in the distant future, but today, right now. Her opponent's reaction also added emotional weight to the moment. Despite the disappointment, there was genuine respect, even admiration. Cameras caught a brief exchange at the net, an acknowledgement from one elite athlete to another of what she had just accomplished. Later in the press conference, her opponent spoke candidly, saying she had never seen a performance like that from a player so young, and that Alex deserved every bit of praise she was receiving. As the world continues to react, more stories are emerging about what happened behind the scenes. Coaches spoke about the intensity of her training leading up to the match. Physiotherapists talked about her discipline and dedication. Reporters highlighted how grounded she remained despite increasing pressure. Family members shared emotional messages, celebrating not just her win but the journey that brought her here. And yet, what makes this moment truly unforgettable is how Alex carries herself after the win. Despite the overwhelming praise, she remains humble, grateful, and focused. In interviews, she speaks not about glory, but about hard work, perseverance, and love for the sport. This humility is part of what makes fans adore her even more. She plays like a warrior but speaks like a grounded young athlete who understands what it means to earn every inch of progress. Sports analysts are now updating their predictions. Some are suggesting she may soon reach rankings once thought impossible for her at this stage. Others are pointing out the technical improvements she has made, noting how she has evolved from a talented junior to a complete, multi-dimensional player with a potential to dominate the sport. Sponsors, too, are taking notice. After today's victory, several major brands reportedly reached out to her management team. If these deals materialize, Alex could soon become one of the youngest, most influential athletes in her region to land high-profile endorsements. This isn't just about tennis. It's about her becoming a symbol of achievement, perseverance, and national pride. In the hours following the match, celebrations erupted across multiple countries. Fans gathered at viewing centers, sports hubs, and even community courts to celebrate the victory. In some places, entire families came out cheering with flags, banners, and posters. The emotional response reflects how deeply her success resonates with people who see her as not just an athlete but an inspiration. Back online, celebrities, influencers, fellow athletes, and sports organizations posted messages congratulating her. Some called her the future of tennis, while others labeled today's moment as the start of a new era. The outpouring of love and admiration has been immense and shows no signs of slowing down. What's fascinating is how this victory has already influenced young athletes. Within minutes of the match ending, TennisMize reported that students were requesting drills inspired by Alex's playing style. Social media filled with videos of kids imitating her footwork, serving motions, and signature backhand. She has become not just a champion but a hero to an entire generation dreaming of their own impossible moments. As we look deeper into the significance of today's achievement, it's clear that this was more than a sports event. It was a cultural moment, a breakthrough that some say will be remembered for years, even decades. She has become living proof that the impossible is not a barrier, but a challenge to overcome. Today, Alex Eala did something extraordinary. She didn't just win. She transformed. She elevated. She inspired. She changed the narrative. And she reminded the world that greatness knows no boundaries, no age limit, no geographic limit, no expectation too heavy to break. And this is only the beginning. Here at Trending Now USA, we will continue to follow her journey closely as she takes her place among the next generation of global sports icons. If today is any indication, the world will be seeing much more of her brilliance, resilience, and unmatched passion. Thank you for joining us today. I am Bella from Trending Now USA, bringing you the story behind the moment the world will not forget anytime soon. Stay tuned for more updates as we continue to follow this incredible rise of one of the most inspiring athletes of our